Welcome to Nucleus, the podcast covering America's top leaders in business and culture. I'm your host, Tripwire. Today on the show, the visionary educator who built a global learning platform that reaches millions of students worldwide, Sal Khan, founder of Khan Academy. Last month, Khan Academy's AI tutor, Khanmigo, started rolling out to millions of students across America, powered by GPT-4. It's a conversational AI that doesn't just give you answers, it guides you through problems, like a patient tutor sitting next to you at the kitchen table. The catch? It costs $44 a year, which is basically free compared to private tutoring. But for Sal Khan, the guy who built his entire empire on the promise of completely free education for anyone, anywhere, that's a plot twist nobody saw coming. Here's why this matters. We're watching the collision of two massive forces: AI that could finally deliver personalized education at scale, and the economic reality that running those AI models costs real money. Sal Khan is navigating this tension in real time, trying to figure out how to keep his mission intact while deploying technology that could fundamentally transform how humans learn. It's the kind of leadership challenge that doesn't come with a playbook. Build the future without betraying your principles. To understand why Khan's wrestling with this, you need to understand how he got here. Because his story isn't your typical Silicon Valley fairy tale. This is a guy who walked away from a $300,000 hedge fund salary to make YouTube videos in his closet, who turned down every chance to get rich because he believed education was a humble right, not a product to monetize, and who somehow convinced the world that one dude with a digital pen and a microphone could compete with the entire education industrial complex. Let's rewind to 2004. Sal Khan is living in Boston, working as an analyst at a hedge fund, pulling down serious money. His 12-year-old cousin Nadia, back in New Orleans, is struggling with math, unit conversion specifically. So Sal starts tutoring her remotely, using Yahoo Doodle Notepad. Pretty standard cousin helps cousin situation, right? Except more family members want help. And suddenly, he's trying to schedule tutoring sessions like he's running an air traffic control tower. A friend suggests YouTube. Khan thinks it's a terrible idea. Too impersonal, too cold. But he tries it anyway, in 2006, mostly because the scheduling is overwhelming. Then Nadia drops the bomb that changes everything. She tells him she actually prefers YouTube Sal to real-time Sal. She can pause him, rewind him, replay sections without feeling embarrassed. She can learn at 2 a.m. in her pajamas without anyone judging her. That feedback hit Khan like a freight train. The thing he thought made it worse, the distance, the asynchronicity, was actually the feature, not the bug. So he keeps making videos, nights, weekends, whenever he can squeeze it in. He's recording in his walk-in closet because the acoustics are decent and his wife is trying to sleep. No fancy production, no face on camera. Just his voice and a digital pin on a black screen, explaining concepts step by step. And here's where it gets weird. Strangers start leaving comments. People he's never met telling him these videos helps them pass chemistry, understand calculus for the first time, help their kids with homework. The videos are going viral, and Khan is still analyzing hedge fund data during the day.
My name is Tom Sachs. I'm an artist in New York City. For nearly 2 decades, I have been collaborating with Nike.
Nike running is for runners. Nike basketball is for basketball. Nike craft is for everyone else.
By 2009, he's created 1,800 videos. He's got this growing library that's helping thousands of people. And he's facing the decision that separates the dreamers from the lunatics. He quits the hedge fund, walks away from financial security with a young family, a mortgage, and exactly 0 business model. His wife Umaima is a physician, which helps, but this is still betting the farm on free educational content. His friends think he's lost his mind. His family is concerned. And Khan? He's all in. The breakthrough comes in 2010, when Bill Gates mentions in a TED Talk that his own kids are using Khan Academy. Gates is basically the world's most influential education philanthropist, and he just gave Khan the credibility equivalent of a rocket booster. Suddenly, foundations are calling. Google writes a $2 million check. Khan gives his own TED Talk explaining this concept of flipping the classroom. Watch lectures at home, do homework at school with teacher support. The idea crystallizes at exactly the moment education reform is looking for new models. But here's where Khan does something radical. He incorporates as a nonprofit, not a benefit corporation, not a social enterprise with equity, a straight-up 501c3. Every investor, every advisor is telling him he could build a billion-dollar company. The edtech market is massive and growing. He could be rich beyond imagination. And Khan says no. Because the moment you put a paywall between a kid and learning, you've created the same inequality you're trying to solve. If education is a human right, you can't charge for it like it's Netflix. This decision shapes everything that follows. It means slower growth because philanthropic funding is unpredictable. It means paying employees less than they'd make at Google or Facebook, so you need true believers. It means spending half your time fundraising instead of building product. But it also means trust. When a school district in a low-income area considers Khan Academy, they know there's no hidden profit motive. When a parent in rural India downloads the app, it's actually free, not freemium with paywalls. The nonprofit structure is both Khan's superpower and his constraint. The education establishment doesn't welcome him with open arms. Professors and teachers point out that his videos are basically lectures, the same sage-on-stage model progressive educators have been trying to change for decades. Where's the inquiry-based learning? Where's the constructivist approach? Khan's response is pragmatic. He's not claiming to have reinvented pedagogy. He's claiming that a clear explanation you can pause and replay is better than a confusing lecture you hear once, or no instruction at all. Perfect is the enemy of good, and millions of kids have no access to good. Over the next decade, Khan Academy evolves from video library into comprehensive learning platform, adaptive exercises that adjust to your level, analytics dashboards showing teachers exactly where each student is struggling, partnerships with the College Board to make SAT prep free for the first time ever, translation into 50 languages, 150 million registered users across 190 countries. Khan himself has voiced thousands of videos, and his patient, encouraging teaching style becomes the brand. That voice has taught more students than any teacher in human history.
Building a new product? Temez Labs takes you from napkin sketch to the App Store. Trusted by Fortune 500s for quality, security, and speed. Book your free strategy session at temez.ai.
Which brings us back to Khanmigo and the AI bet. Khan sees what everyone in education sees. AI tutors could finally deliver the personalized one-on-one instruction that's been the holy grail since forever. The research is clear. Students with personal tutors perform 2 standard deviations better than students in traditional classrooms. That's the difference between average and exceptional. But personal tutors cost $50 to $100 an hour, which means only wealthy kids get that advantage. If AI can deliver even 70% of that benefit at scale, you've just changed the game. So Khan partners with OpenAI to build Khanmigo. It's not just a chatbot that answers questions. It's designed to guide students through problems using Socratic questioning, the way a good tutor would. Student asks how to solve an equation. Khanmigo doesn't give the answer. It asks, "What's the first step you think we should take?" It scaffolds learning, provides hints, encourages persistence. Early testing shows it works. Students are engaging, learning, coming back. But running GPT-4 API calls costs real money. Khan Academy is burning through cash on compute costs. The foundation funding that covers video hosting and exercise platforms doesn't stretch to AI inference at scale. So Khan makes the call to charge $44 a year for Khanmigo access. It's the first time in Khan Academy's history that core learning features cost money. And Khan is clearly conflicted about it. He's publicly stated he's seeking philanthropic funding to make it free. But until then, it's paid. This is the tension of mission-driven leadership in a capital-intensive world. Khan's not compromising his principles. He's navigating the reality that transformative technology costs money, and sometimes you have to charge for them. Thank you for listening to Nucleus. You can show our podcast team some love with 5 stars and a follow. Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Grep News. Thomas.